Hello and welcome to MADVENT Day 3. Uh, I was about to be like, oh my god, the energy is immediately waning. No, it actually isn't. It's going well. Uh, I haven't been able to get as much research done today as I was hoping because I have a job Monday to Friday, but that's okay. I did a little bit that should hopefully fix the problems that we were having last time with the mouse wheel events, and yeah, I've still got a pretty good plan of how we're going to implement and finish this climbing feature, so that's all very exciting. Um, I feel like I should do daily updates, but I mean, I'm not like nothing happens in my life, but nothing happens that I want to talk about on a public stream, really. But things are okay. If you want an update with Ruble, he is since taken to the mechanical cat toy very nicely, but unfortunately, he does regularly attack it. Fully, I assume, attempting to kill it, but yeah, that's how it goes sometimes. So, again, we'll probably start pretty quickly, probably at the 5 minute mark, and yeah, again, if you're joining us for the first time, this is a little thing called MADVENT. It's gonna be 25 days, 1 hour each, where I speed through making a game, kind of like a solo game jam, but you know, keeping my mental health intact. It's actually crazy because I feel like on the third hour of most game jams, by this point, I'm just like, oh, I want to break. Whereas now I'm like, well, I've got so much time in between, feels a lot less stressful. But it is one of those things that I'm like, I always have to do. I have to fit into my schedule, which is why we're considerably earlier today. Sorry for anyone joining us in America. I don't know why I got more posh when I said America. Um, I'm sure the regulars will join, but if you're watching this in the future, that's also very valid. I hope these aren't too boring. If they are, put comments in. I was hoping to get some friends on stream to talk and make it a bit more entertaining while we do it. I just want to get this sort of initial stuff going. Yeah, I don't have any scripts or preparedness. Most of my videos are pretty heavily scripted and very heavily edited. I know that yeah, the way that I talk normally is definitely like seems a bit less prepared. I'd like to think I'm a fairly confident public speaker, but sometimes I think that the editing can sort of help get things through. And the whole point of my videos is really to just sort of drill down on basic information and get it out as quickly as possible with like light jokes to sort of keep the entertainment factor up, and also just sort of showcase my editing and performance skills, which is the way that I just out of personal experience. I was a tutor for a year, well, technically 2 years, but for different things. I was specifically a code and game tutor for a year, but I do think that like the things that got people the most engaged were always something that's like highly condensed information, like you're learning it, you're actually applying it and doing something, but also it still needs to be entertaining, which I think a lot of tutorials don't have. But which is fine. Like pure information is best. I do think that if it's in a video format, like that's really what you've got to try and be aiming for, because a lot of video tutorials I will watch and I'll just be like, this could have been text. I could have read this on a web page, and that's not really anyone's fault other than the conglomerates that decided that video format was the way to go, despite people not preferring it. But anyway, I think we're at the 5 minute mark. I'm gonna switch to Godot. Quickly, let's show off what we had done yesterday. So yesterday we started off with our climbing mechanic. So we fine-tuned the camera controls, made them a bit smoother, and then we had it so that if I hold shift, I can actually climb this thing. And there's definitely a few problems with it. If I push in there, it kind of has a weird thing. We're not actually traveling across the surface of the object just yet, but that is fine for now. That might be fixed today. I'm mainly going to focus on the actual climbing system and getting different shapes supported. Hopefully by the end of this, it's going to be spheres and capsules, and I want cuboids, but maybe we'll hold off on that today and focus on other elements. But again, for 2 hours, this is pretty decent. Obviously, it's just you know, spheres and cubes and whatever. So, you know, not much to look at visually, but it'll get there. Also, the movement's a little sluggish. We could definitely work on improving that. And I want to be able to get the mouse scroll feature working. So, without further ado, right, I also need to figure out how to unlock the thing with the escape bar. That shouldn't be too hard. I can put that in the camera script. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Let's do it. So, let's actually quickly add that then. I'm going to add new input. Just call it escape. And then listen for these escape input. Keyboard keys escape. Position on US screen. Well, that's not US, but I'm sure that's fine. Okay, cool. And then maybe put that in the camera follow script. Which isn't there. So hopefully, just gonna make sure you can see that. Yep, all good. We are taking input events here. If event dot is action pressed, escape input dot mouse mode equals, and then input dot mouse mode equals mouse mode enum. We want capture the mouse hidden in its position locked in the center. Yes. So if it's captured, then we want to escape, and otherwise we want to input dot mouse mode enum dot visible. Is that it? Feels like yeah, no, that works. Oh, what, this needs to be a question mark. If you've never seen an inline if function, this is what they look like. Mode enum dot captured. Okay, that's some quick functionality there. We'll test that in a bit. Now this mouse bar button. Here we go. Why are you doing this? It's pressed. I still, for the life of me, can't figure out. I thought it was that, but now I'm like button index. I can make it an action that might solve the problem. I did have an example here. Guess I'll try this. Because obviously this works. This is literally example from Godot documentation. Admittedly, it could be the Godot version 3. I went to, no, it's 4.1. It's 4.1. This should work. Let's try mouse button wheel up. And what was it? Camera distance. Oh. Plus equals 0.1. We're doing wheel up. Yeah. This is wheel down. Let's give it a go. Play, build play. Okay, it's quite slow, but seems to be working. When I want to zoom in, I don't think that's the way around I actually want it. But that's okay. That's still definitely, yeah, so maybe 1.0 is the way to go. It's a little strange. Maybe, I really should make this a variable, but strapped for time, I guess. So they'll waste time later on. Something always to think about is where are you saving time? Where are you wasting time? Did I even save that? Oh, it saves automatically. Good. Okay, that's much better. And it's very smooth. Perfect. Okay. Alright. Happy with this. Okay, so now, yeah, I don't want to improve the controls can come later because I already have a plan for that. what needs to happen now. Oh, and that's good. That works. But that's in the way. So. Okay. So I want to build a better thing of what we've done here. This force handler needs to be better. So what we need is yeah, we're gonna go into this and we're gonna create more of a struct. Force handler, right? We're gonna define a struct out here, public struct, and I guess like force volume. I mean, area could also work, but it's fine for now. Also have an enum, public enum. I don't like volume, it's too many letters. Area, area type. And the area type, the possible area types will be sphere and capsule for now. Okay, so force area. So it's going to have an area type, which will default to sphere. It's going to have a node 3D. This is a reference to the node. Type node. Do we need anything else? Theoretically, the strength, but I think that can be resolved later because we're using a direction-based system. So why are you giving me red? Struct field initiatives must include explicitly. Oh, of course. That's fine then. You know what? I'm actually gonna. Oh, maybe it will just like. Oh, maybe. Okay, that's fair. Okay, that's gonna be fine for now. And then here, instead of having a list of what do we do? Vectors? Yeah, positions. Yeah, we don't want that. We want force areas. We have the nodes for them. I guess theoretically we want their parameters as well. So float radius and float height, which will be ignored when the capsule is there. Okay, that seems fine. Yeah, so does the radius even matter? I'm going to say it matters for now, but theoretically might not. Height might actually be the only thing that matters in this case, but I'll keep it in there. And I guess we'll, yeah, here we go, so force positions. What we actually want to do is force add. Oh, we actually do, we want this for its node. Right. So we need to be able to know if it's a sphere or not. And I don't think, yeah, there's no way of knowing that we're actually looking at its body. Okay. So let's and this also has a sphere. Oh, it has a sphere shape on it. It's in the inspector. Yeah, so that's a generic collision shape 3D, but we get the sphere shape. So I guess we'll export the current kind. Again, it's like I would automate this process. And I actually probably definitely will before we're done. But for now, area type is just going to be a public thing equals sphere. Okay, make sure it's public. Okay, so we add area type. Oh, that's a problem. That is a problem. Because we don't, I mean, do nodes have IDs? I actually can't remember. I guess I can check. ID, identity, path. I guess path is the way of setting the nodes. Could be the way. I guess again, like theoretically, I think I can overwrite the equals operator here, and we can just make it equals based on this. So I'm probably going to do that real quick. C# operator overload, which you really shouldn't do that much, but in this case, just trying to get it quickly done there. Right. Public static force area operator equals. I don't know. Is that it? Something a bit more than that. Oh, there's a space apparently. Why do you not enjoy that? Oh, okay. That's fine. That was occurred to me. Is equals. Oh, okay. Not all code paths return value. That's fine. Because we're going to return one right now. It's literally just give you a return. This dot. Ooh, how do you do that? This dot. Oh, right. Oh, do I have to? Does it need to have 2 parameters? I guess it could be node equals other dot node. Or does node not have any definition in this context? It does not. Okay, then I think it needs to be A and B. Maybe it doesn't need to be static. I don't know why. A dot node, B dot node. What's your problem now? It is defined. Bool to force area. Oh, like that. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, and then this, and this is just so we can easily search through force areas and remove the one that we want. Does not override object.get. Oh no, it needs to do that. That's awful. But also, maybe C# will just handle it for us. I'm going to do that because this is clearly going to be treated as an object. So, never mind. Force.add new force. Oh, I guess this could define itself early, couldn't it? Yeah, we'll make a private and then we'll make it in ready. That makes sense. Okay. Private force area, self area. And we'll define it in ready. And then there'll only be one instance of it. New force area. And then the constructor will be the type, which will be the area type. The node, which is going to be get parent node 3D. The radius, which I guess I got to export as well. I mean, oof, not ideal, but I will make this better. But I want to get it working first. Which is going to be the motto of this entire thing. Height. That's terrible. Height. We'll do 1F. 1F. Here we go. Radius, height. Okay, that seems decent. Why are you doing this? Construction takes 4 arguments. Of course. That's fine. Public force area. Area type. Node 3D node. float radius, float height. Thought you were gonna do this for me, but apparently not. Radius equals radius. Height equals height. Perfect. And then that works. This constructor works. Okay, and then we literally just add our self area and then remove force areas. And then we remove our force self area. Okay. Now, I did want to make a new sort of component style thing for this, didn't I? Where it resolves. I am going to do that because this is going to get fairly complex. I will figure out how to copy over the code, but this shouldn't be in player movement. So we need to make a new script. Again, will that take more time? Yeah, but I think this will save us time in the long run. Node. And this one we're going to call player climbing. It's fine by me. And I'm going to make a script for it. New script. C#. Climbing. Okay, and I'm gonna give it this public thing. That's not what I want at all. I don't need this. That's annoying. Yeah, you. Gotta copy you over. Okay, it's public list of force areas. Do I need to define collections? Of course I do. Okay, so we've got a list of forced areas. Then every frame we want to be able to, yeah, so specifically here we want probably here public vector 3, which is literally just climbing direction or climbing force direction. Dir, which equals vector 3.0. And so none of this will literally just make this climbing force dir. I might increase this to 30. I kind of want them to really stay in. It shouldn't, the way I'm going to do this isn't going to work that bad. I guess I'll do it like that. Ooh. Well. Right. Okay, that's fine. Force. Climbing force dot square magnitude or length squared. Here we go. Is less than 1. So it's going to be a unit vector anyway, so it will always be less than 1. Although actually, I'm going to say less than 0.1 because I want it to be 0 when we're not climbing. Yeah. Okay. Shouldn't be too difficult. Oh man, I should. Yeah, I'm not gonna worry about that because I need to export a player movement node. I'll just call it movement. I just realized that's now gonna be lower. No, it's the same location. Oh, but we actually do want this lower because we don't want player movement anymore. We want player climbing. Don't know why I did that. Come on. And make this PC. Beloved cartoon character. this still all resolves. Perfect. Climbing. I guess I'll do this as well. That's equals 0. So wait, yeah, that's fine. I should probably duplicate these checks somewhere. Play climbing. Okay, so we've got this movement. We'll make sure process if movement does not equal null. I guess in this case, I don't want to do anything if it's null, so return. Ooh, that was not, that did not come out as return. 20 minutes. Boof. Okay. So we got the force areas. I got rid of all of the, and I'm assuming we didn't copy. Nope. That's fine. That's fine because we got a different process anyway. So we've got a list of force areas. These are the force areas that are currently applying to our players. So, which each one of them we don't really need to know. Vector 3 average direction equals vector 3.0. For each, yeah, and then we're actually gonna, and then I'm gonna put here movement dot climbing force dir equals average direction. And then we'll have if force areas dot count. What's mean? Count. Oh, actually, that's oh wait, really? Is it a method? No, I didn't think so. It is more than 0. So now if it's 0, then it will just set it to 0, which is exactly what we want. But if it is more than 0, then what we want to do is for each force area in force areas, and then at the end of here we want to get the average direction and times it by 1f divided by force areas dot count. Okay, and then yeah, for each area and area. So I guess let's resolve it just by spheres again. So we're really just replicating the functionality, but we will change it. Or I guess we can just do if type. Yeah, if area dot. I didn't make these public, did I? Did not. Should all be public. And yeah, I should have getters and setters, but again, making this quickly. That's what we're focused on right now. Can always refine later. Here we go. If type is area type of sphere, then the direction just needs to be, oh, we need the body. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, we'll literally just do no 3D for now. Body. And ready, we'll just be like body equals get parent. Like that. Don't know if this will work, but we'll find out. So if that does, then yes, average direction plus equals, and then we want the difference of the position, so we want area dot node dot transform dot origin minus body dot transform dot origin, and we want this normalized. Perfect. I guess we will normalize the end result. Didn't think about that. What is your deal? And method group. Oh. Okay. Well, let's see if this works, and then we'll get working on the capsule code. Man, 24 minutes. It went so much slower last time. Okay, so something is wrong. There is explicitly something here. Debugger errors. This bad boy. That's weird because we explicit null check there, but fine. Body get child. Player climbing. Oh, this should definitely be. Wait, that's curious. Will we even do that? That should definitely, like in Godot, when we look at the child count, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Player climbing. You are that way. PC force areas. Okay, wait. We didn't initialize it here. That's the problem. I really hope that's the problem. Okay. Gotta initialize your lists. Gotta remember the new keyword. Especially for C to C sharp sometimes. Really boggles the brain. Okay. No errors. I just want you to work. Yeah, we're not getting errors anymore, but something is not working with this. Why not? Why not? Nope. We got some kind of output. Oh, that's nothing. Movement. What's one of these? I guess it could be climbing or it could be the length squared. So times, yeah, it should divide by the count of the force areas, which is more than 0, so that's not creating anything horrifying. The area type is sphere. Transform origin normalized. Seems fine. And then we normalize that anyway. Climbing force direction. Updates it every single time. Movement. Oh, I'm not proud of this, but again, needs to be quick. Don't even know if we'll actually correctly do it, but yeah, let's try it. If the length squared is less than 0. See, and then when it's 1, it should be 1, right? Maybe I should make the dead zone smaller though, just in case. Okay, so nothing's changing there. That's curious. So that is the problem, that the force is not being changed. Even though we're setting it? That doesn't make sense. If movement is null. Movement is null! Ah, oh, figured it out. Perfect. Okay. Force handler's going right. Okay. This is good. This is good. That's wrong. That's wrong. We can just comment out this GD print. Okay, and then we need to go in new. Player climbing. Reassign you. So yeah. This should now just work. There we go. Okay, cool. So we're back to where we were. Still caging, yeah, still potential to catapult yourself off, but this is fine. Genuinely, still really happy with this. So, anyone on the chat? Yeah, no, it's fine. Okay, so now that we've got the climbing like that and it's working with spheres, let's think of the code for the capsules. So, this is gonna be a little bit more difficult. Realistically, it's only gonna work if the capsule is a certain way, but that's again maybe fine. I guess in this sense the no 3D should actually be the body, which again I'm gonna have to set. But that's okay. Now, what is the sphere shape? The sphere shape is a collision shape 3D. So in our force handler, we're going to want to export another thing that's collision shape 3D. And I'm just going to call this node. And it won't be set anything. And then I'm going to put node into the parameters. Okay, and so within that collision shape 3D, we should be able to get parameters. It has occurred to me that I could solve that. No, I'm gonna keep the height and the whatever. That should be fine. I actually realized then I don't really need that, but we're gonna translate it. So camera follow, yes. Player climbing even. So now we want to else if area type equals area type dot capsule. We want to figure out the code for this. Now, first thing I want to do is vector 3 player local pos. We want to get the player's local position. We want to get the player's position, but local to the node, the capsule node. So area.node.transform should have a transform to local. Oh, translated local. See, that's not what we want. What are all the things that have local in them? Scaled local, that's not great. What about transform to local? No. That's a little worrisome, not gonna lie. Scaled, translated. Yeah, I don't want the methods though. Yeah, we have the basis. Returns the inverse of the transform under the assumption that the basis is invertible and have a non-zero determinant. Okay, so we can invert the transform. Is that what we want to do in this case? Should have done my research for this one. Not gonna lie. This is gonna waste some time. I want to say yes. I want to say we do the inverse of the transform, and then yeah, let's get position in the space. Wait, is that actually a... Oh, look at that, to local. That's so much easier. And what, it just takes a global point. That's amazing. Great. So body.transform.origin. Okay, so oh, I'm curious. A global point. So that doesn't work for directions. That is curious. Oh, wait, no, that still works. That still works in this case. Okay, so oh god. So okay, and then so we've got the local position, and then we need an if. So we need if player local pos dot y is, oh, let's do a little trick. Method dot absolute. If this is less than the height, oh, is it height or height minus radius? I think it is height minus radius. Yes. Oh, I guess I need area dot height minus area dot radius. Perfect. Okay. So this is when you're in the sort of base part of the capsule. Then we need to not move it towards that center point. We need to figure out, we need to move inward. So well, we know the base, we can figure out the local vector 3 local direction, which is going to be equal to new vector 3 Yeah, and then it's just play it. Local pause dot x 0, so there's nothing on the y-axis, and then player local pause dot y. Oh, z. Sorry. We just need to figure out how to get this local direction. Godot local to global direction. It's probably going to be a matter of literally just timesing the transform. In fact, actually, that's almost definitely exactly what it is. So I'm going to just do that. This says transform. This is the local space transform, but it does have a global transform, doesn't it? Perfect. Okay, then that's good in my book. I'll just do the global transform, and then multiply by. And I think the position and the rotation are fine. If it has a scale, that's gonna be kind of bad, but we'll just not work with that for now. We'll simply not. Yeah, average. Oh, you know what? Actually, and then let's get both. Let's set the local. Let's initialize this here. Set it here, and then else local direction equals. I feel like the compiler is gonna yell at me if I don't do this. I'm always paranoid about it yelling at me. Yeah, and then player local pause x, and then this time it's going to be player local pause dot y minus height minus radius. So this, wait. Is this fine? This is not fine because, yeah, we want it's really silly, but mathf.sign times, and then we just want this. I mean, like, I don't even forget how to explain how I know this works, but basically it's just like the sort of sphere ends of the capsules. Those are how we sort of figure out the forces to bring them back to those center points of those capsules. Mathf.sign, and then player local pause dot z. I'm gonna do normalized on both of these. Oh, with the Z spelling. Sorry, Americans. It's just not how it should be spelled. I'm sorry. Okay, perfect. So now it should just be a matter of average direction plus equals area.node.global transform times local direction. And I guess we normalize that again. I guess it could warrant a case for but then if it's normalized on different axes, that's gonna be. I'm gonna normalize it twice, which seems like inefficient, but we're gonna roll with it for now. I'm not 100% on how well this is gonna work, but I think the maths is pretty solid. And we're gonna set it up and we're gonna test it. So first thing I'm gonna do is make sure that nothing's broken. We've got 22 minutes to test it. If it works with this, then I'm gonna say it's a good day. But tomorrow I really am gonna kick things into gear, I think. There's something wrong because I didn't set the body for the force handler, I guess. This. Oh, that does have height. Huh? Why is it moving away? What? Who told you to do that? Transform origin minus body transform normalized. What? Why is it doing that? That's so weird. I don't even know. It's still a sphere type. The radius is still exactly where it should be. Not that it matters in this calculation. Did I miss a minus somewhere? Did I add a minus somewhere? It says apply force, the direction times 30. Something's clearly going on, like. Oh, you know what? It should be global transform. And then this should also be global. These should both be global. I don't even know if that's inefficient. We'll give it a go. Wait, we're getting into the same thing as last time where it works for a bit. That's so weird. It's like clearly sort of working. Nuts. Why has it moved out of that? And this is fine. Why did it only work briefly last time? Wasn't it really something really stupid? It was like this climbing thing. If it is the action is pressed. Right, maybe this is... Okay, fine. If it's pressed, climbing equals true. Else if is released, climbing equals false. I'll just move this, replace it. Again, not really ideal, not very efficient, but it just wants to work. It's all about not breaking things. Yeah, you're working? It's working. It's working okay. Can I launch myself? Still can launch myself. That's fine. Again, expecting that. So, we need to now do the setup for this capsule. That's gonna be fine. I'm gonna literally copy this. Move the entire thing over here. I'm gonna call it capsule. We're literally gonna just change all of this. So, you are no longer a sphere mesh. You are a capsule shape. I should probably do the mesh first, actually. New capsule mesh. So radius is 3. Seems decent. Height, is that the double height? I guess it must be. Yeah, okay. So they've done height the same way I have, except except I halved it. That is fine. Let's go with 10. 10 seems safe. Oh, don't do that. Okay. Capsule shape. Oh. Capsule mesh. Capsule shape. Cool. So you also want to be capsule mesh. Also want a radius of 3, and I'm guessing, yeah, that defaults that to 6. Perfect. And 10. Oh, except we want you to be bigger. So 5 was what we had for the other one. Yeah. And then I guess 12. 14. I don't know if mathematically that makes a perfect outline. I assume it does. Cool. No, that works for me. You are going to be a different reference now to the capsule shape in the body. Perfect. Your capsule type, your radius is 3, your height is 5. And again, that's just for now. I'll make it better in a bit. But I think that will work. Oh, I really hope it does, because if it does, then like it's great. And if it doesn't, then I need to make debug stuff for that. And like I should be really working on the debug stuff already, but okay, here we go. Okay, well, not quite, not quite. Almost. It's outward. Why is it? Ooh, you know what? That's an easy fix. I already think I'm like, oh, we actually want this to be negative. So I guess minus. Second, this body. It's got collision. Last I checked. And this is changed for some reason. That's fine. Maybe it was never there to begin with. Wait, no, this needs to be 3, and this needs to be 10. Okay, that's fine. Very curious to see if this works. Hello? Okay, oh, it's sending me a little bit in space. That's, oh, okay, curious. So it's over here, it's going weird. But, right, the position. I want the rotation. I just want the rotation. Okay. That is also fine. Let's get the basis. So, instead of, what is he? It's global transform. I want the global basis. It's just the rotation that I need to transform that. Sometimes you can just see how things are working in a game, and you just get a sense for what is actually wrong. But debug does help. So this is great. This is working. Okay, if I go up. Oh, right. Oh, it's actually a lot harder to go up now. I guess I can do this. Okay, but still, yep, still working fine. And then if we go down, oh, right, I'm going to. Yes. Okay, so the equation works. And capsules are working. I can still launch myself. Always good. That's fantastic. That's actually getting capsules to work, getting that maths to be correct. Big win. Don't know if the rotation will still work, but we're gonna give it a go anyway. Do it like that, like that. How are you gonna do? How are you gonna do? It could go either way. It could be massively wrong. It could be I just need to inverse it. I think it just works. I think it just works. It actually does. It just works. That's so cool. You're still sticking? Yes. That is so cool. And then I can just jump to this one. Okay, well I need to jump, but and then I'm holding on to that as well. This is fantastic. This is a climbing system. Like, it's basic. It's got problems. I've got to work on the controls a little bit. Which, you know what, I might just do now because I have been thinking about it all day, and I kind of want to implement it. This is very exciting. I'm so happy to get this done. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, so this is all working fine. This direction, apply force, this stuff, this is the convert inputs axis. Okay, so we want to separate this out first. We want to be like vector 3, player movement on ground. It's gonna be this. So like, that's cool. That's working, but we want to change the script a bit. Will I have enough time to even implement this? Well, the first thing we need to do is have some amount of. I need the normal. Of the current thing we're colliding with. That's going to be a bit of a problem. Not impossible. I will handle that in player climbing for now, because I want a public vector 3. I just want to call this current normal. So theoretically, I could just use the inverse. I mean, just for now, I could just use the inverse of the climbing force direction. Okay, so let's just suggest, let's just do a if I guess the same nonsense. Then, you know, we apply our regular ass movement. That's fine. But, big but. I wonder if, no, I think that's fine. Oh, I also realized my mistake earlier. When I did this minus, I mean, I could switch it right now, but I think it's, this needs to be up cross forward. I never fixed that. So if you ever noticed that mistake, then good for you. I'm gonna actually make sure this still works. I don't have a lot of time to be wasting, but I want to make sure it's correct. Yeah, that's working now. It's because of the left-hand side rule. So you want that and that to cross to get that. Whereas I was doing that and that, which then inverses it using the left-hand rule, which is fine. Yeah, I don't know if you learn that in physics or maths or something. I can't remember where I learned it. Okay, but then else. So we want to transform this input. So we've got sort of our base level thing, and we're gonna make a vector 3, which is gonna be normal to climbing plane. These are long variable titles, to be fair, but it's gonna be worth it. It's literally just gonna be a negative to the climbing force direction, because that's already a normal. Ah, it's perfect. Now for the current trouble. So we want to be able to travel along in certain ways, and it's going to be dependent on where the camera is, which makes things a little weird. So first thing I want to do is I want to absolute it. So normal to the climbing plane, the y equals the absolute value of the y, because whatever we do on sort of top level geometry, we want to replicate that behavior when we're hanging from the bottom. Yeah, and then there's the tricky part. It's really, we're gonna have to be doing a series of dot products, I think, to see whether something should be normalized behavior or we should be converting something into the y-axis, which sounds weird. I think works. Ooh. Okay. Well, we've got the movement. We've got the movement that we're trying to go in, and we basically just want to see if that dot product. Okay. So if the player movement on the ground. Dot. And this one is the same operation both ways, so it doesn't matter. Normal to the climbing plane. So we've got this dot product, and is it? Do I want a 90 degree? It's kind of hard to say. No, not really, because if I'm moving forward and the normal is there, then I still want to move forward. It's just that if I'm moving right, or even maybe diagonal, I want to be converting this Z direction, or X direction actually, into upwards momentum, which is also its own problem, my word. I don't know if that's a cross product problem or a... Oof. I guess it's perpendicular, and then but then I mean it depends on what the cross product is. It could be fine. It could be actually, that could work. But we need to know it needs to be at a more than 135 angle. which I think is less than minus something in radians. I assume dot product returns radians. Oh, right. Oh, it'll have to because it's cos. Oh, well, that's fine. Just do math at cos. Yeah, I know nothing takes cos arguments, but you're going to tell me in radians. That's fine. Oh, man, we only have 5 minutes. This maths is so complicated sometimes. Wait, and is it the angle in degrees? No, wait, no, it takes an angle in radians. Okay. So, mathf dot pi divided by 4? Ooh, I don't know. I'm gonna have it so it applies the force, and we're gonna see when this is true. So we're literally just gonna do gd.print moving against normal, and we're gonna see how often this is hit. And that's fine. The y is 0 anyway, currently. Yeah, literally. This direction nonsense is, yeah, no, it's 0. So, I mean, it's really this axis that we want to work with. So I guess I could reconvert the axis so we're moving against it. That could work. And then we have the axis be that, and then upwards. Or that, and then the normal. Okay, I'm feeling that. I'm feeling that actually. But let's have a look. So we got the GD print. Yeah, this required research, and I haven't done it, so I could be wasting time here. But let's just do this for now. If we're moving, all right, we're moving against the normal there. I don't think that created any new things. It's hard to tell when I'm actually. It's kind of funky. Can I clear this? Oh, there we go. Okay. No wait, I need to be able to see the. I need to be able to see the Godot window as well. Okay. Okay. Okay, and then in that also went like that. Okay, that's good. I think that I think I got them. I think I actually managed to get the maths to work on the first try, which again is like, how does this keep happening? Are the years of experience finally working? Moving out does nothing. That's exactly what we want. Moving back here does nothing. Oh, okay, we are moving as normal there. That's weird. Oh, and I'm moving as normal right now, which is not actually true. I can see the number counting up. Okay, so some of it's working, but I think the angle needs to be more general. Because right now it's in the perfect y, right? Well, I got 3 minutes. Might as well experiment, right? Let's try resetting it so that we have the input movement force and we have the direction, but instead of the y-axis being there, we're going to actually make it the normal to the client plane. This seems potentially wrong, but it could be right. And isn't that really the fun of all of this? So let's give it a go. Okay, weirdly enough, huh? Wait. Oh my god, did I already nail it with the axis calculation, but it just needs to not have this absolute function? That can't be right. I can't have already. I wasn't even really trying to do that, but I mean, okay, so it's okay. So there's Okay, so it's definitely something going strange. Yeah, see, when I go down here and I'm holding down, it's just gravitating towards the bottom. When I hold up, I go down here. But that's still, like, kind of nailing it. Like, if I go this way. If I move up here, it's still smooth motion. So we're, like, halfway there. Some of it's acting a bit strange. Strange behavior. Yeah, it needs a little bit of work, probably with the capsule stuff. Yeah, and that's an hour. So, okay, a weird one today. A weird one. Like, technically, I've got a broken version. I'm gonna revert what I just did because that's I want I'm just gonna call this up. Make sure it still builds. I'm uploading these to GitHub every single day. So, or I missed the first day, but yeah, it's so you can actually see like the changes in real time, and also I guess to verify that I've actually done this in case someone wants to suggest I faked it, even though I live streamed it. So who can say? But yeah, that's a weird one. It almost was perfect. I think I need to just get down pen and paper. I need to figure out all of the maths behind it. But essentially, I just wanted it so that when you move around in a 3D space, but we're moving around the sort of climbing system, that's actually something that my climbing system in my old version just didn't do. I didn't even think about it because I was just thinking about like climbing sheer walls, kind of like how you do in Zelda. But wow, like I mean, the fact that it was so close already with just the stuff I set up in the first like go of this first day is great. Oh, hey Ploki. Hey, it's going good. We just finished hour 3. I already have. I'll quickly show you. We've already got a climbing system set up. I honestly want to call it finished. But that might be a bit getting ahead of myself. The controls still need a little bit of work. But I just hold shift and I can climb on any of these surfaces. Yeah, there's the controls. Yeah, they need a bit of work, but other than that, it still works on capsules, and this is great because I can sort of build things out of it. You can sort of launch yourself off. It's basically using a Super Mario Galaxy style gravity system, and the way I'll do it is that I'll really slow down and drag the player's movement when they're on one of these. And it's really just to keep them sort of pulled into the thing, and then if they snap off, like I can kind of show off like here, like if you could build up that speed, or if the physics does cause you to fly off, then it's actually then you actually will have detached from it and it will take you out of the climbing mode. But for now it's just for sort of ease of use. And I mean 3 hours, that's not a lot of time, and obviously I don't have a lot of time in the grand scheme of things. I really think I'm going to get a very basic prototype of this working. But the fact that I'm actually get this climbing system actually done in 3 hours is great. Despite the fact that I'm not as familiar with Godot as I would like. So oh yeah, no. I think that the Mario Galaxy like comparison is obviously is very, very apt. But it's like the simplicity of it is actually going to work really good for what I'm trying to achieve later on. It has its detriments. The thing is that the way that Zelda works is very clearly the way that I have in my climbing tutorial video, which is through a series of raycasts. And they do that because you can climb anything. It's a procedurally generated world. It has an incredibly different amount of shapes and like styles of what to do. It needs to be really versatile, but it also needs to work on a bunch of essentially auto-generated stuff. Like, I mean, like some of the landscape, I'm sure, is a lot of it's like hand-painted, but at the same time, it's they don't want to go in and fix all of the little places where they do, kind of like they have to do for a lot of Assassin's Creeds, or at least they used to. I think Assassin's Creed has a much more similar system now. But it's interesting because like just working with like simple building blocks is gonna work for the idea that I have. And the fact that you can set up a climbing system this easily in just 3 hours. And less than that, I'm figuring this out as I'm going along. I was like supposed to research in between each of these and figure out what's happening in between them, but I just haven't really had much time to do that. So other than the fact that I've obviously thought of how to do it, you're basically seeing me live implementing this and how I would do it in real life. which is hilarious because it meant that I could probably have spent a couple of nights on this and I'd be done. As actually probably the one detriment to this format I find is that I actually spend weirdly a lot of amount of time in between sessions of this, and I want to do more. I want to do it more, but I'm also like, I'm sticking to the rules, and I'm gonna keep doing it. I will do some where I do 2 hours because I won't be able to do the next day, and then maybe I just need to give myself a break sometimes. But yeah, I am very happy with where this is at right now. I do want a bit more forward momentum. I want to get these features done and dusted. I think that if I was to give a preliminary plan at this stage, now I can sort of figure out my speed. I want to say by day 10, I want all of the features that are going to be in the game to be in a prototype state. So they're not polished, but they're working. And I can sort of bug fix a little bit here and there as I go. And then I'm going to give 5 more days than that. 5 days is it's going to be for something mysterious, but I have hinted at it in one of the videos, but it's going to be, that's going to be basically my attempt. And if I'm not making any progress at all in 5 days, I'm going to quit. But yeah, that'll be those 5 days. That's 15 days. And then probably the next 5 days after that will be visuals. I'll spruce it up, add some particle effects, make it look nice, do a bit of artwork outside of streams. Probably going to try and start on that in the next couple of days just to start doing it. And then I think the 5 days I have after that. I guess this isn't counting the 3 that we've already done. So I guess the 2 days after that will be on polish, which I'm going to try and polish as I go. But I'm really happy for the last 2 hours to just be like, obviously getting it to a functional state. I guess I can make main menus and stuff like that. This project probably kind of does need something like that. It also could be cool to have some accessibility stuff. I'd like to do that. So we'll see. Maybe I'll cut down on the art time, implement just what I can. Climbing is a feature of the game. That's kind of a hard one. I would say it's fairly centered around it, but it's not the only element. It's definitely not the only traversal element. It's going to be one of 2 traversal elements, maybe 3, almost definitely 2. The third one is insane, but if I get time, then yeah, and obviously if you want to guess what it is, the one clue I'm giving is that it is a PlayStation Classic. It's based off a PlayStation Classic. It could end up just being the PlayStation Classic, but I do have spins. I do have things I want to add to it. We'll see how it goes. But thank you for catching the end of the stream. I hope you enjoy watching through these. A few people have already messaged me saying they do. And yeah, it's honestly, doing these streams, a lot of fun. Probably won't do anything like this on the channel again. If I do it, I'll do it somewhere else. I feel like there are definitely some people that like my channel, but are here just for funny short tutorials, and having my streams come up every day on their subscribers feed is probably quite annoying. I have tried to make thumbnails a bit more visually pleasing, but it is how it is. And yeah, if you're watching this in the future, Adel, you're here. I was actually watching the chat this time to see if you were doing it, but hey, I'm glad that it's informative for you as well. And you only caught the end of this one. Well, I probably won't do another one this early. I'll probably stick to the 7/8 around for most of them. It's just really when I've got stuff in the evening that I can't really skip. But yeah, thanks for watching. And hey, just go back to the beginning of it and give it a nice view. Get those view numbers up. I'm always like, I wish I had a conglomerate of people. I wish I had I don't know. A few people have been like, you should make a Discord server. I'm like, that would have 10 people on it. But I'm like, that'd be 10 people I could instantly get to view my videos. But it really isn't that big of a deal. Okay, so thank you for watching. I hope you have a great time. I'll see you tomorrow for day 4. See ya.